one.
If 8,000 Rand interests you.
Hi, I'm Candace Dick.
I am Malebo Ranko from Gaborone, Botswana.
I'm Katerina. I'm a gold leader for doTERRA South Africa and a founder.
And I cannot actually thank doTERRA enough for what it's done for my life.
I've joined doTERRA, and truly doTERRA has blessed me on my life. As a retired public servant, it's very difficult to earn a living.
The new payment plan has taken the work I've done, and I've gone from earning around 4,500 to 10, and it's a game changer.
And I shared this with a few friends, and they started sharing with their friends. And if you actually start sharing, and you share with 16 people, then you can actually earn 8,000 Rand.
Now, through doTERRA, I've earned 8,000. And this 8,000 has made me to become financial free.
And the second thing is, I get to keep up with my children. That 8,000 Rand takes off all of the stress in terms of who's paying for what, the gymnastics, the trips, the competitions, the entry fees. And this has made such a big difference because I don't need to place extra stress on my husband asking for money month by month to pay for fees.
But what was amazing is I could afford it thanks to the business model.
doTERRA has created a system whereby it is so simple and supportive.
doTERRA offers I used to do Airbnb, a plug and play.
Join now. Join us.
I love being a part of this community, and I'm so grateful for what it's giving me, and we're just beginning.
All right, good evening, everyone. We're so excited to be with you this amazing evening. I hope you are all keeping warm here in the winter months. I'm coming right now to you from Utah in the United States, where we're in the exact opposite. We're in the hot season for us. And so we hope you're all, snuggled up tonight. You're keeping warm and you're excited for some great training that we're excited to share. Introduce myself. I'm Addison Shurtz. I'm the general manager of doTERRA Africa. And we are excited to be able to share our Fuel Accelerate 2026 training with you all today. And I'm sure there's many of you who are long-term doTERRA wellness advocates, and we are excited to have you then with us today. And those of you who may be brand new doTERRA customers or new individuals exploring the opportunity to partner with doTERRA, we are excited to have you join with us today as well. What we are going to do, we are going to run through some awesome trainings from some amazing different leaders from different parts of doTERRA. What you're going to be able to see today is some new pathways that we've been able to create to offer not only wellness solutions for your personal home and community, but some opportunities to be able to generate an income that may be able to supplement or completely replace some income that you may be needing in your household. And we're excited to share that with you. We monthly do have a monthly business development call that we call. And on those calls each month, we recognize new individuals who hit new ranks within doTERRA. Being that this month we are having this fuel training, this is replacing that, but we wanted to take a minute to just recognize some amazing new achievements that happened recently in doTERRA this past month here. So as I'm going to try to move here, I want to congratulate some of our new elites. Bongani Voya, Nadeli Siweli, and Cherie Ras are our new elites here for the month of May, and we want to congratulate them on that accomplishment. Along with that as well, we want to encourage them to continue to be able to feel welcome in the doTERRA community and want to be able to encourage them things moving forward. Along with that, we want to congratulate two new premiers and premier ranks And doTERRA is a huge one for people to hit, as it is now a structured team, meaning that you are working with at least 2 individuals as well who are building teams. And so we are going to congratulate Violet Maposa and Hannah Lecha. And we are grateful for you both and your efforts. And we do see you and we appreciate you. Along with our new rank advancements, we have a competition in doTERRA that we run once a year called Diamond Club. And this is a stringent few months that individuals really pour into growing their doTERRA business and bringing more individuals into the knowledge of essential oils and the wellness community that we offer in doTERRA. And we had 4 graduate winners that we want to recognize. In 4th place was Hannah Lecha, and she's a fantastic doctor individual there in Botswana. Hannah, we appreciate you. Congratulations. Tshidi, we appreciate you. We're going to be able to hear from Tshidi a little bit later today, who was able to finish in 3rd place. Tshidi is a newer wellness advocate here with doTERRA as well, and a very strong leader who we appreciate. In 2nd place, we had Yanette. Yanette is an incredible leader there in Bloom. She does a great job continuing to share doTERRA passion through multiple different ways. And then as well, our winner and 1st place finish was Tina Osachuku. We're appreciative of her. She's done wonders for her community there, also there, not only in South Africa, but mainly in Botswana. And we know many of you love and appreciate Tina. So we want to congratulate everyone for those amazing accomplishments. Well, I am excited to just help move us through our agenda today. We're blessed to have Saramarie Smith with us today. Saramarie Smith has been a colleague and friend of mine for over 10 years now. She has been in different roles in doTERRA. She's overseen different things such as account management for the U.S. Market. She's overseen compliance. Most recently, she's also been the general manager of the United States market before recently working on global business development on the executive level. She is probably, in terms of the doTERRA corporate team, maybe the smartest individual that we have in understanding all of doTERRA's processes up and down. And she was a key part in the doTERRA compensation plan committee that put together not only our path to 8,000, but she put together a lot of things that are going to be able to help our growth for the future. So I'm excited to turn some time over to Saramarie, and then I will come back and introduce the rest of our agenda today.
Oh, thank you, Addison. You are so kind and probably way too generous. I am just grateful to be a part of doTERRA. I love this company. I love the products. I love the people. And it's an absolute joy for me to be a part of some of the strategic things we've been doing and to work on a team with some of the best people. And that's not only internally inside doTERRA, but working with our leaders around the globe who are just amazing people. And today I get to talk about our compensation plan. And I love doTERRA's compensation plan. And I love the updates that have come to it over time. We've recently just updated this, as you know, but this isn't the first update. So I always love to see something really great and amazing become even better. Like nothing, I have a problem with sitting still because I always like things to be moving. I always love to see things getting better. And that translates right into work for me. So as we talk about doTERRA's compensation plan and elevating this for the future, I'm very excited because I believe doTERRA has an incredible opportunity for long-term earning. There's just huge potential there because it's not just off of your own effort, but the effort of those that you surround yourself and you bring in and are a part of the community. And also, we want to make sure that the opportunity was so strong on the front end as well. So Today, I just want to give you a little bit of perspective on the comp plan, how this can really help you set you up for success and help you maximize the opportunities there are for growth. And this really, for me, begins and ends all with essential oils. What are we doing for people's health? And as we are helping people, we are able to then maximize this comp plan. And these are just a few of the things that I want to highlight as we begin, because at the start and at the end and all through the middle, we are wellness powered by essential oils. We have an incredible product culture, products that we use on a daily basis to help us in all parts of our lives, whether that's mental, emotional, physical, oftentimes spiritual. The oils can be used in a variety of ways. And then really we see these updates driving growth. We want you to be able to motivate your teams to take action. And we want to incentivize that action and have everyone feel like when they're working and they're putting effort in, that they are seeing a great reward. We also want to help you bring in sharers with a duplication model that works, that's simple, that is clear and straightforward, that people can know what they need to do, accomplish it, and immediately receive that incentive, that reward month after month for doing that. And really, this attract new sharers is probably the most important thing I want to talk about today with comp plan updates. There's so many things. There's doTERRA has 4 really incredible ways that all add together to make the payout really robust and give you a lot of richness to the plan. But there's one thing that can really make the biggest difference, and that is as you start to create this pipeline and you have customers coming in, and then those customers start to share, and those sharers turn into builders, and those builders reach goals like what we just saw Addison talk about, where several incredible builders have reached new goals just in the last month. Those that are doing Diamond Club, like that's so incredible. I'd love to see this because this is really a model of moving forward and always looking at what's coming next. So the compensation plan is designed in all these ways, but the thing that I want you to take away is that if you will follow how the compensation plan bonuses are set up, they will help you maximize the payout of the whole thing. And that is actually the beauty of the design in the comp plan, is that we want you to maximize payout. And so if you follow these bonuses, and I'm going to talk about 2 of them specifically today, that will help you with the rest of the comp plan payout. So the first one is Fast Start. And Fast Start is paid weekly. A lot of you know this. This is a percentage you're earning off of everyone you're bringing in and the people they're bringing in and the people those people are bringing in. It's really cool because this is your first duplication bonus. So it's not only your own effort, but as you teach people to do the same thing you're doing, then you're also rewarded for that as well. And this is paid weekly, which is really great because as you continue to bring people in, you see month to month, if you're adding all your Fast Start checks together and you're able to see like, okay, month after month, my Fast Start is increasing. That is absolutely what you want to see. That is very healthy for your business. It tells you that new customers are joining your team. And there are 2 ways to grow a business, right? To bring in new customers and to retain those customers and get more wallet share from them. But both of those things are incredibly important. You can't do one without the other. And Fast Start is that measure to say, is your business heading in the right direction? Do you have new people coming in? Not just from your own effort, but the effort of your team as well. And that is really important. This is a great measure. The next is Power of 3 plus a new boost. And why this is important is because Power of 3 actually sets you up for the additional rank bonuses that are a huge part of the compensation plan as well. And it sets you up to unlock deeper levels of unilevel, which is the commission on each order that you earn. And So these two bonuses paired together, right? This power of 3 is about retention. It's about structure. It's setting you up to have a really solid foundation in your business. And then you have fast start focusing on those new people coming in and that brand new customer. These two bonuses paired together are really what unlock the rest of the compensation plan to grow massively over time. Now, the other parts of the comp plan do take a little bit of time to build up. And you're going to see that even I'm so excited, those leaders today that are reaching those new goals of Premier, those Premiers get a special bonus, a share in a pool that they now reach for the first time because they've achieved that new rank. And I am so excited for that to come in your checks. Additionally, this is going to help everybody get there. So if you're brand new or you're not sure where to start here. Because as you set yourself up with the power of 3, and as you're focusing on getting that boost, not only is it a great monthly income, but it really prepares you to have the foundation you need to build a really solid team over time. So focusing on customers what really helps a market grow is the focus on customers getting their orders paid for and builders getting their 8,000 Rand bonus through the power of 3. This is that pipeline. And as I was looking at specifically for you, for South Africa, what does your market look like right now? How is your region growing? Your region is actually doing incredible things. I hope you are all proud of the work you're doing to share doTERRA with so many around you. You're doing great things. Now, as each one of you focus on your effort, your personal effort has a bandwidth cap. But as you start to think like, okay, what's next for me? How do I grow my team? It's not just what you're personally doing, but how do you help those around you be successful as well? This is important because now with the elevated compensation plan, and we're going to get more into this, but I want you to know that this pitch to a brand new builder is something you can give. With doTERRA, you can earn 8,000 Rand sharing products you love. You're going to earn 20% on every sell. That was that fast start that I talked about first. And then you're going to earn 1,600 a month for getting 500 in LRP volume directly under you from new people. And you're going to earn 8,000 Rand when you help 3 people do the same. And for someone who's interested in sharing doTERRA with you, this is a great starting place. This is really clear, really simple. And then right next to it is how you can talk to a loyal customer. You may think like, oh, this is just for people that want to build a business. But with doTERRA, you can get your favorite products paid for. Again, you're going to earn that 20% on every sell to a brand new customer. And you're going to get the 1,600 when you get that 500 in LRP directly underneath of you. And that 1,600 Rand can pay for a loyal customer's order every month. And that starts to be really impactful because you have a lot of people in your teams who are ordering regularly on their doTERRA accounts. And if they could get those orders paid for, then they could increase the spend, the wallet share, which is the other side of growth for your team, because they could order more often because that is being covered by them being able to get their orders paid for through power of 3. So why is this important? Why do we want to bring in customers? Why do we want to be focused on those just sharers and brand new builders? It comes to this. If every silver in South Africa was to focus on customer acquisition only, and let's say every person brought in 30 people this year. So for all of our silvers and above, if all of you brought in 30 people this year, that's a lot of people, but very doable. That would result in less than 2,500 new members. Now, 2,500 new members is awesome. It's a great increase to the overall business of South Africa. And in turn, in all of your teams, you see those new people show up. But let's say that every silver helped the members in South Africa enroll, like if we looked at just the people who have enrolled someone in the last year, and all of you silvers took your effort and said, I'm going to help anybody who's enrolled somebody get their product paid for monthly, that would result in over 3,000 new people joining. So now when we say, okay, I'm not just going to do the work myself, but if I help others, if I help just those people who are already on my team, who have enrolled someone in the last year, if I help them to get their power of 3 first level, which gets their orders paid for, that's 3,000 minimum new people coming into the South Africa market. And let's say every silver were to help all the wellness advocates get their first level power of 3 by bringing in 5 people. Actually, that's not even every wellness advocate. That's every active wellness advocate. So every wellness advocate who is who's ordering and is consistent here, it would result in over 22,000 new members for that year. And this would more than double the size of your teams in South Africa. So as we talk about how impactful these bonuses can be, they can make a big difference for you. The effort you put in when you help others in doTERRA with our comp plan is huge. You go from 2,500 to 22,000 new people just using this Power of 3 bonus to help people not only get their orders paid for, but to get that 8,000 Rand bonus in several months, just working on bringing new customers in and helping them order often. And we are really excited about this because this really unlocks exponential growth for you and your teams when you know where to focus. Focus is important. You can do anything you want to do. South Africa being a market today is because people have cared about others and have spent time over years helping to get products into South Africa so that you can have this amazing business opportunity today. So now as we take that and we continue to roll with this incredible opportunity, I want you guys to know that this compensation plan works. I have seen it. I have seen all the nitty-gritty of the comp plan. I know that it will pay you. And this is the place to start. This is the place to focus to have an absolutely incredible exponential growth to your teams. So I'm actually really excited because I know that next up, you're going to hear from someone who's going to talk to you now about how to build this, right? We can tell you all the things it will do for your business, but now I'm excited because I'm going to turn this back over to Addison, but he's going to introduce you to someone who's going to help you actually get this for your leaders and yourself so that you can see this growth on your team and not just those around you. So thank you all for letting me join you today. I love doTERRA and I am so excited about the compensation plan being elevated to really be able to provide more of these opportunities to our loyal customers who are ready to share and to our just incoming builders who will able to see compensation so much quicker in doTERRA.
Thank you, Saramarie. I appreciate it. And we appreciate you taking the time to share with us this evening. It's been always great to have you share your insight on things. On that standpoint of what she kind of shared here, that will give us an opportunity to introduce our next speaker here. And then we will go through the rest of our agenda here as well. But want to introduce Ange Peters. She's a presidential diamond leader who lives in Florida in the USA, but she is a native Canadian and doTERRA Canada founder. Very strong, passionate individual who leads by just sharing what she truly believes. Ange had committed to be on this call with us, and she actually was in the middle of the plans to be on a trip in Costa Rica to do a mission trip with her family. And she's been there and she's had a bit of spotty Wi-Fi. However, because she was a little worried, she actually put it together in a stream for us that we'll be able to give her message then here. So we'll switch over to that here and be able to play here Ange's message to you all.
Hey doTERRA fam in South Africa, it's Ange Peters, and I am not coming to you from my typical office or typical home. I'm actually in Costa Rica this week with actually about 20 of our closest friends. We're doing a service trip here this week. And you know, what I want to share at the start of this, before I just share a little with you about my love for doTERRA and definitely my love for this new foundational wellness pathway. You know, I wanted to join you for the webinar, and I was so excited when the team asked me to be part of this event with you, because I am so passionate about what we're doing right now in doTERRA. But you know, I wanted to send this in, and I'm in Costa Rica, and it's kind of funny being here and needing to record this, because I've been struggling to find the perfect location with Wi-Fi where it's not raining, and where I could actually just get a little bit of time to myself to be with you here. And it's kind of funny, you know, because it reminds me of the journey that, at least when I reflect on the last decade of growing doTERRA, how it has often felt this way, where we're just trying to find our footing sometimes in helping our customers and our wellness advocates in the best way, but also in the simplest way, and to find that perfect intersection. And I've just been thinking about the parallels between what I'm going to share with you today and all of the shenanigans I've been up to over the last few days, trying to just find the perfect location to record this video. And then I finally found my sweet spot. Found this perfect area. If you just look behind me, I'm all alone in this nice little lush paradise, while my family and friends are off doing their thing today on an offsite. So anyway, I'm grateful to be here with you. If we haven't met before, I'm Ange Peters. I'm a Canadian founder with doTERRA and a Presidential Diamond, and I started building back in 2014. And you know, my entry into this world, I was a health coach before doTERRA, still am, but I found in doTERRA something that I felt was really missing in my ability to help people truly be well. So I was very drawn to the work that we do, because I knew that it was that missing piece. And of course, if you've been around even for a couple of years, you know that we often begin people with an essential oil pathway. They start with an oil kit and go on from there, and that is certainly how I built for much of the last decade. I love what we get to do in doTERRA in offering actual solutions to people that really truly work, and also bringing them into the community piece that we have, which I think is so important for people to be able to make lasting change. Real quick, just about me and my little family. My husband and I, Chris, we've been together for over 25 years, and we have 2 girls, 2 teenage daughters who have grown up using doTERRA. So, I mean, I think sometimes they take it for granted, all of the natural solutions we have in our home, but I know one day they'll realize what a gift that has been. They've really never been in a hospital. They've grown up their whole life just knowing the natural way, and I'm so grateful for what doTERRA has provided for us as a family to be able to take care of ourselves in that way. And I would really say that that is the fuel that energizes me in this work. Is I never take it for granted what we're able to do with the tools that we have, right? And I know so many of you, whether you're brand new or you've been here for a while, would echo that statement. We uprooted our life in 2021. We actually moved from Canada to the US, and so we now call Florida home. But the real story there is leverage. Through what we were able to build in doTERRA over the last 10 years, really gave us the leverage to be able to make a move so enormous like that, and all the pieces that were involved. And again, it's just another layer of gratitude I have for this work, and I wanted to share that with you, because I want to just establish a truth with you, a foundation, if you will, that this business will be there for you. Everything you're doing today is going to be worth it. Everything you're building, the vision that you might have for your family, or maybe the vision you don't yet have that's going to be coming to you, is going to be fueled by what you do in doTERRA. And so I'm really excited to have this conversation today about how we can build this business in a simpler way, because it's going to be worth it. Your time is important. You want to be able to do things in a way that makes sense, and to continue to allow the main thing to be the main thing in the work that you do, which is helping people feel better in their bodies each day and to be growing in wellness together as a community. So I also want to say I'm very excited about the direction and the future that we have with doTERRA, because I guess first it's important to establish what actually creates a strong foundation for a business and for a company, and that of course comes down to leadership, right? We have very strong, solid leadership in doTERRA. I've always appreciated that we have 7 owners very dedicated to leading with integrity and purpose and passion, and purity within everything we do, purity within business practices. I love that we are privately owned. This is a really big deal. We've seen a lot of companies over the last 10 years shift far away from their original purpose and ethos because they were publicly bought. They had investors come in, and of course, when that happens, the whole game starts to change, because you lose the whole reason you ever started, just to try to be profitable. And so doTERRA is in a very good place financially, and that's important for you to understand as someone partnering with this company. We are also part of a multi-billion-dollar company, very large company in the health and wellness space, privately owned, with strong leadership. When you add all those things together, you are able to see how we are built for the future and for the long term. I also think the recent compensation plan elevations are really smart. This is smart business practice to be able to look at where you're at, not in a desperate state, but to look at how we're operating as a company, how money is moving through the company, and to be able to make decisions for the future that are strong and supporting our business in a sustainable way, so that money's just not going out the door in the wrong places or into the wrong hands. And what I mean by that is, if you're somebody committed to helping people, join doTERRA, and you're enrolling and you have a vision for your business and for your life, you are going to, of course, love the elevations that have happened within the compensation plan. So it's a bit of a right sizing, I think. And what we're going to go through right now today is how you leverage the foundational wellness framework, so the simplicity of that, to be able to build a sustainable, whether you want to just earn 8,000 Rand or go on from there. And I will say, you guys know I live in the US. I think as I go through this, I'm going to stick to US dollars just so I don't get too confused, but I know you understand obviously the currency exchange better than I do. So if I go back and forth a little bit, I'm going to try to just stick to US dollars as we go along. Okay, so what I want to review with you is what the simple, duplicatable pathway looks like, this framework around foundational wellness, to create, whether it's an additional or a fresh, maybe you're brand new or you're somebody just looking to create an additional 8,000 Rand through your doTERRA business. This is going to be the best way to approach this for 2 reasons. I believe this is the very best way to start customers in doTERRA going forward. And I also believe this is the most sensible way to actually build a sustainable wellness business with doTERRA, so that you have something that is very predictable as you go forward. And as I mentioned, 10 years ago and through the last decade, we were enrolling people with essential oil starter kits, primarily. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. And I want to just say this, as you're hearing me go through this, you might be thinking, I want to keep doing that. That's what has been working for me. And that's totally fine. Of course, we are an essential oil company. I want to just invite you though to imagine a simpler way, I guess is what I want to do, because I know there is some resistance with some wellness advocates and feeling like I want to just stick to oils and not talk about supplements and just, keep that the main way I do things. And that's fine. It's just that's going to take a lot longer, and it's also going to be far less predictable when it comes to building your business. You're not going to quite have the confidence to be able to say to another wellness advocate, here's the framework. So it's just something to consider, because what we used to do in starting people with essential oils, and then maybe a couple months down the road, they might start to go on more consumables like our incredible supplements, but not always the case, right? And so what you might have felt as burnout before was because customers were starting and then there was not that strong retention within your business, because obviously purchasing an essential oil starter kit is not going to be quite a consumable product, right? So if they're not going on the rewards program after that purchase, then you have just had a one and done sale with a customer. It takes a lot more, follow-up. So this approach is worth trying. If you are wanting to simplify and if you're wanting to be able to say with confidence to another wellness advocate, I've got you. I've got the wellness pathway. So we're going to talk about foundational wellness right now. And of course, in South Africa, this bundle looks like LLV, our incredible multivitamin system, comprehensive multi-system, which is going to cover all those bases. Then we have Terrazyme, our digestive enzyme, and we have PB Restore. So that bundle is our foundational wellness bundle in South Africa. It's a little bit different in other markets. The US obviously has VMG and the E Omegas with the optional PB Restore. In Canada, we have similar to you, LLV with the PB Restore. So all markets are a little bit different, but that's what we're working with in South Africa. And so that is the bundle you want to be thinking of as I'm going through this framework. Now, let's talk about this from a customer perspective first, because that is super important when it comes to building your business. If it is not high value for the customer, then you're going to constantly feel like you're overselling and hyping something up. So that needs to be established first before you can even look at what it looks like to be a wellness advocate or what the benefits are to you. So this is a high value, high return, comprehensive wellness framework. Let's lead with that, right? So high value, what are we talking about there? The supplements in this system are full coverage. So they are building a very strong wellness foundation for almost any person. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who would not experience the health benefits that come with the foundational wellness bundle. So what I love about this positioning is that doTERRA is focusing on creating a long-term strong foundation, not just purchasing an essential oil kit and having this one and done idea, but really going somewhere in our health and every month continuing to elevate, right? So it's high value. The quality within these supplements is truly unmatched and would be double the price if you were to be going out and trying to purchase every supplement that's included in that bundle separately. So we have high value within this bundle. And then we have high return, guys. And this is something I want you to really consider. Through this framework, when your customer is ordering the Foundational Wellness Bundle monthly, doTERRA's rewards program is one of the very best in the natural health space, if not the best. And I'd encourage you to really think about that. Shop around. What is being offered out there? So if somebody's going to the local health food store and they're buying their supplements, what is the return on that investment for them? It's probably nothing, especially if you're buying off a store shelf. Now, there are other companies that offer perks for purchasing through them, but I think you would find it challenging to find a company that matches what doTERRA does in the return on a customer's investment. So, as you probably know, when a customer purchases their rewards order each month, their foundational wellness bundle is what we're running with, right? If they purchase that before the 15th, they're getting not only free shipping, they're also receiving an essential oil for free, and they're receiving product points off their order. So I'm going to use US dollars here, just so I stay on track. That works out to be at least $40 back on their monthly order when you add all of those things up. Once they, of course, lock in their final month of their first year and ongoing, they're now at that 30% return on product points. Now they're earning back at least $65 a month when you add all those things up off their purchase. So that's really big when you factor that in. It works out to over a 30% ROI on their investment. So this is an education piece. You want to make sure your customers understand this and that they see the long game, the long-term benefit to them of being on the Foundational Wellness Monthly. Now, the one really cool piece I love within this is receiving the essential oils for free. What I love to market this as is focus on your supplement game each month and then receive your holistic medicine cabinet for free throughout the year. So that's often how I will market this, because customers love that. In fact, whenever I go through this with somebody, they always say to me, so wait, Ange, I just ordered the supplements monthly, right? There's no catch. I just ordered the supplements and then I'm getting all that for free. The oils for free every month. You know, it takes them sometimes a while, because trust is kind of broken within this industry, right? And so I feel like it's so cool, all the things doTERRA has done in the last few years to elevate the customer experience and remove all of that friction so it doesn't feel like a network marketing company. So that's new to people. Okay, so now let's talk about what this looks like for you. So we've just established for customers, when they're ordering this way, it is high value, high return, create simplicity within the enrolling process, right? So you might want to only focus on the foundational wellness bundle, or you might create a link for the foundational wellness bundle with the top 10 oils kit mini bottles as a starter. But really considering how you're evolving your educating and your marketing to focus more on foundational wellness as the way to start. Now, for you as a wellness advocate, what this does is it creates a predictable model for growing your business, because you're bolting your ordering pathway to the foundational wellness bundle. You're not all over the place with how people are starting. You're starting people off this way, knowing they're getting their oils for free. And of course they can customize their monthly orders to get whatever they want. We have so many brilliant products and beautiful essential oils. So when you have at least the foundational wellness bundle as the monthly order, it just creates a very predictable plan for your business. And so again, contrasting that with random orders like we've typically done over the last 10 years, and you can see how things have taken a lot longer to build and how our confidence has been lacking and how we tell a wellness advocate, here's the path, right? And so I think one of the things you want to be thinking of right now is what needs to change or evolve within your current approach to marketing and teaching. So I personally collaborate with other leaders to run a Wellness Made Simple class every single month at 2 times, where we lead with the foundational wellness bundle, and then we go through the value within the rewards program. And that's the class. Now, when I'm teaching an in-home session, I always work the supplements into whatever topic I'm talking about. And often I will run through a mini oil class, but when I'm talking about internal use of oils, that's when I go into some supplement education and teach about the power of essential oils, for example, and how we add them into LLV or into our VMG in the US. And so it's just, they always have front row within our teaching. Okay, so I thought it would be helpful to go through a framework with you of what this looks like if you want to create this additional 8,000 Rand within 2 to 3 months. Something that is not just for that first time you get it, but is ongoing. So you can continue to keep growing it and adding to that. Of course, you are unlimited in doTERRA, but I want to just show you what this clean and lean, quick framework would look like, which you of course can customize. You can go slower, you can enroll just customers, and it might take longer to get there, but this framework is the baseline, okay? So let's look at month 1. Let's say you're brand new as a wellness advocate with us, and you're just starting this up. Your focus at the very beginning, if you want to do this quickly, is going to be finding 3 more people like you. So who else wants to share wellness? Who do you know in your network that you could enroll as a wellness advocate to create something where they are going to duplicate what you're doing in their first month, okay? So you enroll 4 people, let's say, in your first month. You would want at least 3 of those people to be wellness advocates who are going to duplicate what you do in their first month. In this framework, you are, for just ease, I'm going to assume you are enrolling everybody with the foundational wellness bundle on the rewards program, because that's again what's creating this predictability within the plan. So you enroll 4 people in your first month. 3 of them are wellness advocates, and they all enroll with the foundational wellness bundle on the rewards program. So in your first month, and here's where I'm going to go into just talking US dollars, okay? So you can do the currency exchanges I'm talking, but in your first month, you will then have earned your first $100 US with doTERRA, because you enrolled 4 people and you're earning 20% fast start off the PV of their order. So the foundational wellness bundle is 125 PV, right? So if you've enrolled 4 people, then that's just put $100 in your pocket. Plus the ROI you're receiving, right? You're receiving free shipping on your orders. You're receiving a free oil with your monthly order. You're receiving product points back. So it's a minimum. There's always that ROI built in, but $100 cash we'll run with. So now let's look at month 2, because this is when you really start to lock it in. So you're going to continue to enroll. And I would suggest you focus on enrolling, 3 to 5 people a month in this way, even in your second, third month, but you don't even have to by month 3. I'm going to teach you why. But in month 2, so let's say you enroll, you personally enroll 3 people. Your wellness advocates that you enrolled the month prior, they all enroll 4 people, just like you did in your first month. So you're just duplicating what you did. You teach them how, and that's what they do. They don't even have to enroll wellness advocates. They could just enroll customers because maybe they don't have quite the vision you do. But offer that up, that they might want to duplicate exactly what you're doing. So they enroll 4 people and you enroll 3 people. So you have 3 wellness advocates that you've enrolled, and they all enroll 4 people in their first month, which is your second month, right? So what you've just done is you've created essentially 3 legs. You have your 3 wellness advocates who have just started enrolling. They enroll 4 people, and you continued enrolling in your second month, and you enrolled 3 people. So you might drop your 3 people, 1 each, under your 3 wellness advocates, because your whole focus right now is how to leverage Power of 3 and the boost opportunity to create a solid $500 US or 8,000 Rand. And the way that you do that is you have 3 legs, so your 3 wellness advocates, who all have a pod of 500 PV on their front line. That's how you hit a consistent $250 a month. And I'm going to tell you how you double that in just a second. But the key here is that they're enrolling with foundational wellness and they're on the rewards program. That's what you're teaching and modeling and doing. Okay. So by the end of month 2, you would have your pod on your front line, which would equal at least 500 PV. So you want to just pay attention to that. And if we talked about in your first month, if you enroll 4 people on foundational wellness, you've hit your pod volume, right? If you total that, that's over 500, or that's exactly 500 PV. And then your 3 wellness advocates, your 3 legs, once they have enrolled their pods of 500, they earn their first bonus, their first Power 3 bonus of $50 US, and you earn your $250 US, right? So you've got the pod structure in place, which I really love. We no longer need 3 orders of 100 PV. It's just pod volume. The only caveat is your personal order does not contribute to that total. So that's why you need to make sure that the front lines have actual customers and wellness advocates who are on rewards, okay? So what happens here now, this is where it gets kind of fun. You have the ability to double that Power of 3 bonus. So at the first level, you can double from 50 to 100. If your personally enrolled customers are on the rewards program and you have at least 400 PV happening in rewards program volume. So through what we've just established, you've done that already, right? Because you enrolled 4 people in your first month and they're all ordering foundational wellness. You've already hit the mark for the whole year. You've just doubled that bonus, because you just have to make sure that they're staying on the rewards program and that you have at least 400 PV being ordered through rewards from your personal enrollments. So you've done that. But you've also, by your month 2, if you follow what I just went through, you've also established your second level Power of 3, the 250 US, 250 US, which 4,000 Rand. So the way that you double that to 500 is you have to have 800 PV in rewards volume happening from your personal enrollments, which you will have done if in your second month you continue to enroll people. You enrolled 4 more people, let's say, with foundational wellness, you've just hit it. You could stop there and your entire year, you'd be earning 8,000 Rand every single month through this framework. But you can, of course, keep going. And guys, this is a minimum, because there's also fast start bonuses in there. You earn 20% fast start off of all enrollments, as you know. You also earn 10% fast start bonuses off of all enrollments that your wellness advocates have. So it's really up to you where you want to go with this. But what I wanted to do was just break it down. Like if you're a strategic person and you just want to come right out of the gate, nice and clean, and just have this framework in place, this is how you do it. Now, I will share, I am a very high enroller of customers. That's always been my story. And so when I first started in doTERRA, if I was using this framework, it would take me maybe 3 months to create this, because I might not have wellness advocates right away who are duplicating what I'm doing. But I was also enrolling a boatload of customers, so I'm just filling in those pods to make sure I have 500 PV pods. So you can choose your adventure with this, but it's a very simple, beautiful framework that not only creates high value for your customers, but a predictable, sustainable business for the long term for you, and a great plan for you to be able to bring wellness advocates on. And I bet if I went back in time and I had this framework then, my approach would have been different, because I realized I could create with confidence a pathway for people and teach them how to earn that first 8,000 Rand per month. And when you do that, you will have people that will not leave your business. And it's life-changing for people. This is the amount that research shows people are needing to add into their life right now to make a really big difference. And so go out and make a big difference. You have a plan, you have the products, you have purpose within this company. This is the vehicle that you can use to not only transform lives, but transform your own. So I hope that you will look at this with fresh eyes and imagine a new way of building, especially if you're someone who's been around a couple of years. If you're brand new, what a good time to join. We're going places. This is exciting. I am just as excited now as I was when I first started. So I hope you feel my passion, and I hope that this is something that you will really work and experience the beauty and leverage of for many, many years down the road.
We are honestly so appreciative to Ange Peters for making the effort, and the fact that she had the foresight to think, hey, the call might be messed up with my Wi-Fi service. Better I just record this ahead of time just to make sure it goes. So she's one of the wise, builders of doTERRA, and we love and appreciate her so much and all that she's done. Now, she talked about a lot of things, and a lot of things that I'm sure a lot of you were noting. People in the chat were like, what was her last sentence there? This whole call will be recorded, is being recorded for distribution later. But on top of that, sometimes it's hard to do some of these things without a visual, right? Something that we're going to work with. So I want to show up some of the things that we've put together to help support our doTERRA leaders going forward that Ange talked about a little bit. So first is I want to introduce the Vitality Bundle. This will be live after probably about 5 minutes after this call. We have tried to make the most duplicatable, simple model to be able to duplicate, right? Essential oils is at the core of what we do. And each of these products are powered by essential oils, meaning that they include essentials in them. But that does not mean that this has to be the only way. You can continue to share as your customers need, as we will learn more with the rest of our training. But I want you to introduce the Vitality Bundle. This is a item that someone can enroll with. This is an item that an individual can order on a monthly basis, and it will dramatically affect specifically their gut health, which is step one to working into your brain and the other outer parties of your cells throughout your body. And so this is what Ange was talking about. So we're going to introduce this Vitality Bundle. It's just a simple product that SKU that will be in your shopping cart that you're going to be able to find, called the Vitality Bundle. And it is the Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, and Digestive Enzyme Complex, along with our PB Restore Duo Capsule Probiotic Complex. So this is essentially the model that Ange Peters was talking about just now that we have created for you. To be able to understand how to do it simply, we want to introduce a new tool called the Digital Marketing Kit. And you can scan it here now. This will be abbreviated the DMK for South Africa. What this is you will be able to scan this QR code, and you can share this website with your builders, with your friends, anyone who's interested in the doTERRA concepts of what we have going forward in terms of our compensation plan, in terms of do-it-yourself recipes, maybe sales guides and everything. This will all be found in our digital marketing kit, which you can scan here. Some new things that you'll find in there that are new as of right now is a updated sales guide that we will talk about with Shannon Smuts here later here in the webinar. We have a brand new mini compensation plan guide that will be available, that is available also in the digital marketing kit. You can just simply go through there with the mini compensation plan and learn about all the ways to earn with doTERRA. And then you'll see new items such as our new frankincense stick that launched this month, and how you can take images from there to use in any of your promotion posts and content as you want. Just will be a great place that will continue to grow as we move forward. And so it'll be a great place that we will continue to add. We will improve our content over time. For right now, all the tools that we've heard from both Saramarie and Ange Peters, you'll be able to find right here in the digital marketing kit. So don't worry if you did, you were trying to note everything. Again, you'll be able to go back in this recording. Along with that, you'll be able to link everything they're saying with our digital marketing kit, which will show you how to use the Vitality Bundle to create that path to an 8,000 month minimum earning each month going forward. So we know that each of you will appreciate that, and that will be a great tool to be able to have going forward. We next get to hear from 3 amazing South African leaders who've been on the ground leading and guiding the growth of all of Southern Africa. These individuals have teams not only in South Africa, but throughout Southern Africa, in Botswana, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, you name it. We have some amazing individuals that are going to be able to share with us today. We're going to be able to hear from Tshidi next. And then after Tshidi, we'll go directly over to Shannon. And then after Shannon, we will be able to hear from Martie, one of our market founders and diamond leaders as well, who will wrap us up. And then I will close us after them. But we are excited to hear from Tshidi, one of our premier leaders here. She's really been up and coming and is a true epitome of someone who has seen this path work. She's been an incredible example to me as someone who, when they know what they want, they go and get it. So Tshidi, I will turn the time over to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Addison, and family, good evening. I'm super excited to be here with you. And most importantly, I really feel honored to be able to share a platform with such incredible people. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tshidi, yes, and my surname is Ramanamane. I am a wellness advocate by profession. Actually by choice, image consultant by profession, but most importantly, I'm just a mom. I've heard about doTERRA many years ago, more than 5 years, and I never got started. That's the story for another day. But let me tell you, 2 reasons why I decided to get started with doTERRA in December 2024. It's just to continue to build empire, build my business while I continue to be a present mom to my only son, and also for my health and wellness reasons. Those are my 2 key reasons why I decided to say yes to doTERRA 6 months ago, right? But instantly, family, I fell in love with the mission and vision of doTERRA. I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the entire community of doTERRA. Yes, I am Tshidi Ramanamane, and tonight I really feel honored to be able to share on a topic that is very close to my heart. And that is how to build this business, okay, or share this business in a way that it's more effective. And not only that you can get sustainable results. And how do I do this? By making the person the main character, not the product in this movie. So every time I go out to share on this amazing opportunity trust me, I have learned that it is quite a privilege. It is to be given an opportunity to talk to somebody, whether I'm in a taxi, whether I'm at church, everywhere I go, where I get to talk about this opportunity, I see it as a privilege. And I've learned that, you know what, Tshidi, you have to learn to ground yourself, okay? So how do I ground myself? I always, almost every morning, trust me, I read doTERRA's mission. So if you allow me, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through the doTERRA mission together and you will understand exactly where I'm driving this point. doTERRA's mission is to share the highest quality, purest essential oils with the world, while improving individuals to live a wellness lifestyle and improve their lives and the lives of others through responsible and sustainable sourcing. The mission is quite clear, okay? And now, all we need to understand is probably meeting individuals' needs with tailored solutions that build loyalty. We all want to build sustainable businesses, isn't it? So from the mission of doTERRA, I want us to pay attention to the keywords, wellness lifestyle. So when I saw these two words, wellness lifestyle in the mission of doTERRA, for me, it equates to longevity and confidence. And we know we build such over time. So I had to get the main ingredient so that I can be able to, to build this wellness lifestyle, this longevity, confidence in people. So my main ingredient is nothing but relationships. So ladies and gentlemen, trust me, I had to learn to build relationships so that when I see customers, I just don't see customers. I see people I can build long-term relationships with. Okay, so that brings us to the main topic of the evening, pivoting the conversation to meet the customer's needs. So yes, I am a wellness advocate. Yes, I understand I'm into health and wellness, but most importantly, I'm an entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. If I may ask, I know we have our beautiful customers here, but those who are wellness advocate, would you agree that we also wear different hats? And one of that is being entrepreneurs. Do we have entrepreneurs in the house? If we do, I'm excited. But here's the thing. Being an entrepreneur, we know that we are very results driven. People by nature are results driven and goal orientated, right? So when I joined doTERRA back in December 2024, that's more than around 6 months ago, the entrepreneur in me kicked in. So as we go along, I'll also be sharing my personal journey, my story, okay? So yes, when I came on board, the entrepreneur in me kicked in. And guess what? I started wearing the salesperson hat as an entrepreneur because I sat with my sponsor and mentor and I said to her, sis, I'm here to build a legacy. I want to build an empire. And she said to me, listen, for you to grow your business, this is the pathway to grow your business. I just got excited. And what did I do? The salesperson in me mushroomed. And I started talking to the whole world, meaning what I'm trying to say, family, is do not make the mistake I made by defaulting into the salesperson mode. We are in the health and wellness industry. This shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all approach. Now, the entrepreneur in me, when I got, the legalities and all the rights to share about this opportunity, I became that lady who is selling doTERRA kits. Not the health, wellness lifestyle, not a healthy, I was selling doTERRA kits. And people would call me, how much is this kit? How much is that kit? And trust me, I did manage to do very well. In my first 30 days, I think for me, I broke all records according to my own targets. I became an elite in 30 days. I got the results. The question is, were they sustainable? No. So what I'm trying to say, and what I'm also still learning, is that every person's journey is unique. Okay, due to budget constraints and priorities. So as we go out there and share information about doTERRA, please make room for individual flexibility. I had to learn to build a niche within a niche. Yes, we are in the health and wellness industry. It's a niche on its own. But as I talk to my clients, as I talk to my customers, and I listen to, our conversations, I engage and I understand, oh, there must be a niche within a niche. And for example, discomfort. You can tell when a client keeps saying, oh, and when I wake up in the morning, I've got this discomfort and that, and I say, oh, yes. Now I need to custom make a solution to address the burning issue, right? Why? Because I want my client to get the results. I want my client to feel better. Because once they feel better, is a way for me to build trust. So once you have built trust first, trust me, relationship and loyalty will be gained as byproducts. So that's my approach right now. And what I can tell you, family, is I know some people will say, oh, Tshidi, it's a bit complicated, but I want to simplify this. I'd like to simplify this. And here's the process to simplify what I've just said. When you go out and present the doTERRA as an opportunity or the products, please learn to read the room. We come from different cultures, beliefs, and priorities, okay? So how do I do this? By asking open-ended questions. It helps a lot. You get to listen to your clients, okay, telling you and going deeper into their areas of concern. And now what do you do in return? You listen attentively. I take notes. I even ask my clients, may I please record this conversation? And most of the clients, they say yes. I say, just for ease of reference, okay? So as you are listening attentively, you are asking open-ended questions. Also, be mindful of your body language and tone. Why am I saying this? Because as wellness advocates, we are well trained in doTERRA. We know our products like the back of our hands. And now we always want to be interesting, okay? So when we walk into a room, I want to show my prospects. I want to show everybody that I know who doTERRA is. I know my my products, okay? But here's the thing. Yes, you look interesting, but who should be the main character here? The person, not you, not the product. So you are missing the point. So this is why I always say, be mindful of your body language, be mindful of your tone and of the client's tone as well. Because as you're engaging with clients, you can hear in her tone or his tone of voice, something is not adding up. And so by making sure that you pay attention to these things, trust me, you will be able to identify those burning issues, right? And be able to recommend but not sell. Why do I recommend not sell? Because you want to make the client part of the process. They need to feel that ownership, that, hey, I contributed to the plan we are coming with. Remember, wellness, lifestyle is a journey. So you will be actually leading them and taking them through a journey. They need to feel part of that journey, as part of that journey. So also give hope. How do we give hope? By sharing stories. I share my personal stories. I share my other client stories, because it's just to give clients, that hope to say, you know what, you might be going through this right now, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. So we also do regular check-ins with our clients. It gives a sense of belonging. We are creating a beautiful community. And somewhere, somehow, with my customers, we end up feeling like accountability partners. Recently I get calls of people who are not asking me how much is the kit. they say, hey, Tshidi, I took my walk, 5 kilometer walk today, and I feel fantastic. It's got nothing to do with the oils or supplements. And that's the sustainability you want to build. You want customers coming back, voluntarily and engaging in their own wellness journey without feeling like they are being forced. Our beautiful doTERRA company also gives us tools. Please take advantage of them. I love the loyalty rewards program, and I never ever, hide it away from my clients and my customers, because I want them to know that this company will treat you like royalties. So for those who don't know the loyalty program, it's all about being treated like royalty, being rewarded for being a loyal customer, and earning cashbacks in the form of points, getting free products. Who doesn't want that? We need all these tools to do what we can as wellness advocates, but most importantly, to build a community to thrive with. So, ladies and gentlemen, I really, really thank you for the opportunity to be able to share my heart with you this evening. I'm so grateful, moreover, to my sponsor and mentor, that's Martie and France. They've been patient with me for 5 years while I was a spectator in their communities. And when I came on board in February, I think we started taking on like wildfire. To the African market, this is the beginning. Position yourself. We are about to take over the African market, and would love to see you at the top, because the bottom is overcrowded. Thank you so much, Addison, and the rest of the team. I really appreciate the time and the honor to be here. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Feeling so excited to spend this time with you guys. Whether you're brand new to doTERRA or you've been sharing for years, my session is really just for you. We're going to simplify sales. We're going to dive into the new sales guide, which is so epic. And most importantly, we're going to share how I like to do this business with a bit of fun. So let's get started. Right. Before we jump into all the juicy content around the sales guide, I want to just do a little warm-up exercise together. And I really want you guys to use this time to be a little bit vulnerable. There are some of us on this call that have been doing the business for years. And there are some of us that are literally, maybe this is their first step into doing doTERRA, sharing doTERRA, and they'd like to learn from us as well. So in the chat, I really want you to just share one thing that you love about sharing doTERRA, and one thing that makes you a little bit nervous, one thing that maybe initiates a little bit of fear in you. There's no right or wrong here. Sales is not about being fearless. It's just about showing up with heart, about being real, learning to trust the process. So go ahead and share, and we're going to come back to this shortly. And be honest, guys, be honest. Okay, so who am I? My name is Shannon Smuts. I'm a silver leader here in South Africa. I wear many hats, but my main hustle in life is I'm the founder and CEO of Pure Good Food. It's a large catering company here in Cape Town. I'm a co-founder of other small businesses in Cape Town. I'm a certified GAPS nutritional health coach, and I'm a community builder. I think that's why I really enjoy doing this business so much, is that I really do enjoy building communities around subjects that I'm passionate about. I'm also a public speaker. I do a lot of corporate health and wellness talks. And I think my most proudest accolade is I'm a mom of 2 boys, aged 7 and 4, in which have grown up in the oils use. Okay. And I started this getting into doTERRA as a business, not for a need or a want to create community or build. I got into the business in 2020 because I needed a way to be able to afford to keep these oils in my life. COVID saw my main business grinding to a halt. I was introduced to doTERRA. I'd never seen oils work this way, and I really needed a way to make sure that I could continue to use them. And the oils have now given me an amazing side business, which is very soon to take over from my main hustle as being my main source of income. Okay, So I'm here to share what works for me, what's simple, and how this new guide is going to make life a lot easier. Okay, so let's look at the answers a little bit. Okay, I was watching them as they came in, and I think the majority of people really love the community, that they know that it works, the power of the oils. But I think what I'm seeing is a lot of fear comes around the selling, the pushing, the feels that people are going to, you know, think that you're trying to push something on them that they don't want. People not understanding. And what's amazing about the sales guide is that it's going to be really a game changer for you to just shake you out of the place of fear and put you on a throne of confidence. Okay. I love it because it's not just a workbook. It's a rhythm builder. It's your GPS for building the business. What it's going to do, it's going to give you structure when you're overwhelmed. It's a way to coach your team with consistency. So you can start off being a builder from day one. It gives you really amazing real scripts and tools for every stage of the business, whether you have got multiple builders underneath you or you're just starting out with your 3 besties to start earning an income. And it also gives you a really tangible space to reflect on your why. If you guys don't know what your why is, it's going to be the first exercise you do after this call. You know me, I like to give you action points and homework after my talks. So when you use it daily, it helps you to build the muscle of showing up, even when life feels a little bit chaotic. And it really teaches you how to connect with people as humans first, not as a salesperson. Right. Sorry, guys, I'm just waiting for my slide to pop up. I'm really loving the sharing. Community is everywhere. So how this guide's going to help you, okay? This guide redefines sales in a doTERRA way, okay? It reframes sales as a service, right? Sales is not pushing a product on someone. It's offering a service to someone in a time of their need. Sales is about listening, okay? It's about hearing about what people need and being able to provide them with a solution. And sales is about empowering people with these solutions, to empower them to live and have better lives. You're not pushing products. You are helping people sleep better, breathe easier, feel calmer, ditch toxins. It's a gift, guys. Being a salesperson in doTERRA is a gift. And when you start believing, selling doesn't become selling anymore. Selling becomes sharing. And sharing is just something that selling is just sharing something that you're passionate about. I want to remind you something. A lot of people come into this going, I can't do the business. I'm not a salesperson. Guys, you have all been salespeople from the day you learned how to talk. We were all salespeople on the playgrounds. When you were bargaining with your chums on, you know, let's play hide and seek or catch after marbles, because if we play hide and seek first, then we might be tired and then we won't be able to play marbles. And then you convince all your friends to do what you want to do, and then you get your way, or you're trying to convince your mom to not let you go to school because, you know, you got a sore tummy, or you're convincing them to get you a sweet at the shop. We have been salespeople from the day we could communicate with each other. We just have never framed it as sales. Okay, so let go of the perfection side of things and just learn how to lead with connection. Okay. Right. The sales journey. Okay, let's talk about flow. This is really important. And this is something that's highlighted quite a lot strongly in the guide. This is where you find your rhythm. And this is talking about getting this flow, because it's where things start to click. We're talking about preparation, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and support. This is where your consistency lives. It's how you avoid feeling lost or stuck in your business. You know, we all get to that point where maybe it's the 25th of the month, you've got 5 days left, you're like, oh my gosh, I need volume. I can't remember where I put my follow-up list, and there was that person that WhatsApped me about a couple of weeks ago and I've forgotten her name and blah, blah, blah. Pipes gives you an amazing tool to be able to follow a set process of steps. And if you skip any of these steps, you're breaking the flow. And I want to give a little mini challenge to you right now on this call, okay? Have a look at these 5 steps and first identify, where do you love the most, okay? For me, support is my number one. I can support like there is no other. I have an amazing retention rate and I love caring for my team. But what are you avoiding right now? That's my challenge to you. Look at these 5 items and think, what are you avoiding right now? And for me, I can be totally honest. Right now, I'm avoiding presenting. I'm avoiding doing classes. I'm avoiding actually sharing my knowledge about the oils because I feel a bit overwhelmed in my other parts of my life. And so for me, preparing for this call, I looked at this, I did the exercise myself, and all I did was I set up, right, I'm committing to 2 to 3 classes minimum a month going forward till the end of the year. I wrote them down, I planned them, I worked with my builders, and now I feel a little bit more confident because I'm not skipping any of the steps in my pipes. Right. Let's talk about what makes you a good and what makes you maybe a slightly difficult wellness advocate. I want to give you an example. We all know what it's like to have that one person that's either been referred to you or, you know, calls you, or somebody's given you their number and you pick them up and they're like, listen, I don't want to be here on this class or in this call. My friend like is forcing me to do this. These oils are so overpriced. I can get them for like a quarter of the price at Dischem. You know, sound familiar? I think we've all had someone like that come into our lives in this oil journey. So I'm going to give you 2 options of a response. Okay. First response. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, you don't have to be here, but anyway, I guess oils aren't really for everyone. Yeah, and I know they're expensive, but I've got like 250 other customers who actually love them and, you know, I think that they work. So whatever, anyway, no pressure. You can just, you know, enjoy the free tea if you want to be here at my event. But anyway, whatever, it doesn't faze me. Okay. How does that feel? Feels like weird and desperate and also not lekker. Like you're giving a very like know-it-all attitude. You finding excuses. You're coming from a place of like fear almost and ego compared to how I would approach a difficult customer. You know what? I love that honesty. I totally get it. Getting pulled into something that you didn't sign up for sometimes feels a bit ugh. And you know that idea around the oils, my husband used to feel the exact same way until after a paddle game, he was begging me for Deep Blue. And now his monthly orders are bigger than mine. See, come on with a bit of comedy. Ease it up. And listen, I hear you on the price. You're absolutely right. You can find essential oils for a fraction of the price. But here's the thing. It's kind of like comparing a Woolies free-range Elgin roast chicken to a mystery box chicken nugget you got at the corner cafe. Technically, both chicken. One's going to nourish you, and the other one's going to be a bit of a gamble. So with doTERRA, at least you know you're getting the most tested, most trusted oils, no synthetics, no fillers, no perfumes, and they work. That's why you use less, and you get better results. So in the end, you actually start saving money, but there's no pressure. If you're feeling a bit curious after the call, I'd love to chat to you about maybe coming together and seeing where it can work for you and in your budget. And if not, I hope my corny jokes might make it worth the while for your time. You make it fun, okay? See the difference. So look at the list. This comes in the sales guide as well. And look at maybe where you are showing up in a way that doesn't feel like it's part of the doTERRA Wellness Advocate way. Right. The next thing in the sales guide is it gives you this amazing step-by-step sales cycle. Okay, guys, these 9 steps are what you need to kind of hit when you get to the end in order to close and seal the deal with your customers. Okay, connect, invite, keep this personal and passionate, share, introduce. This is where you listen, you find out what they are needing, and you bridge that gap between the product and the problem. Educate. This is how you share, like how are you going to support their goals. You don't need every oil in the kit. Some people don't need the top 10. You know, some people only are going to ease in on the supplements and the oils are going to come later. This is where you need to also educate yourself. Close. This is a hard part. We struggle here a little bit. Okay. Help them choose. Summarize it. It doesn't have to be an overload of information. And this leads into the enrollment step. Guys, keep it simple. Imagine you are a new person and you got sent 15 enrollment options because there are 15 enrollment options that exist. You're going to feel totally overwhelmed and be like, no, pick 3 enrollment options for the person. You want to give them the one that's most affordable, but least maybe effective, a great one that's like gets their middle way, and then go for gold. Go for that big 200 PV enrollments, because you never know who you're dealing with, and you never know what they want to dive in with. Okay. Objections. This is the best, guys. I love objections. I love it when people come to me and be like, no thanks, because objections are actually opportunities. They are opportunities to listen, to reassure, to problem solve, using your stories, using your testimonials from your team. I love objections. So reframe that. And then referrals. In the sales guide, referrals comes after follow-ups. And, you know, I like to do this a little bit differently. I like my referrals to be part of my follow-ups in a couple of weeks. I follow up after people have had their first touch point experience. And then I say to them, listen, I'm so glad that the Serenity Sleep Stick worked so well for your baba. If you know of any other moms that would love to chat to me and get these tools in, please share my number with them. We're there to help. We're there to offer solutions. Doesn't feel salesy at all. Another little bit of homework. Have a look at these steps. Have a little think. Which ones are you amazing at, and which one do you need to maybe grow in a little bit? You know, this sales step-by-step cycle is a journey. Okay, it's a journey, and what you want is consistency. Consistency is magic. You don't need 10 enrollments a day. Okay, you just need one meaningful step forward daily, and that will build on each other. This is a relationship business, guys. Don't forget that. Every single conversation counts, and every single drop matters that you put into your business. Okay. What do you get with your sales guide? Okay. Ooh, skip that one. What do you get your sales guide? Oh, sorry. Missing a slide here. Basically, in your sales guide, you're going to get a whole bunch of tools that we'll chat about. You get class scripts, you get mentor guides, you get rank-specific tools, and it really is a fun way to get everything in together in order to start your business and get going straight away. Okay. Now, making it fun. Okay. I've already spoken about this in January for those who remember, and I want you to remember one thing. Doing this business is supposed to feel good, okay? It's not supposed to feel overwhelming or hectic. It's supposed to feel good. So how do you make it fun? One, you make it personal. They are buying into you, guys. Don't forget that. They are not only buying a product. They're buying into you and your community and what you are selling. So make sure you make it personal. Make it experiential. Find ways to experience the oils. Don't just make it about lectures. Pass the oils around in in-person meetings. Do a aroma touch hand technique. Maybe you're going to do a 1-minute breath work, bringing people together. These are things that create an experience that people can leave with and go like, wow, that was cool. Like, geez, I really felt like grounded after that session. It's going to keep something that they're going to remember afterwards. Then make it unique, guys. This is your special sauce, okay? Remember, they're enrolling with you. So figure out what your special sauce is. Maybe your special sauce is having people over and, you know, getting a couple of bottles of wine and drinking and laughing and, you know, sharing all the hardships of the day and doing a bit of like grounding work with the oils. And that's how you connect with people. Or maybe, you know, you're more active and you guys are like, let's go and do a gym session together, you know, do a little bit of a deep blue rub down afterwards. And then we chat oils after, and that's how you build your community. Find your special sauce and then rinse and repeat. You just keep doing it. And second, make it competitive, guys. People love a bit of competition, okay? It's why everything becomes gamified in this world. Reward and incentivize your team and your builders. I touched on this in January when I did my Making It Fun business call, where we do a 200 PV competition every 200 PV month. I went last month from only having 14 people, year on year, only had 14 people do a 200 PV order, all the way up to 26 people because we had a little competition. We almost doubled the 200 PV orders just by having a competition where I used an oil that I'd bought from our free points, a yarrow palm, to give away to one person that made a 200 PV order. Amazing. All the points that you incur doing this business and making your consistent 100 PV orders every month, use those oils to incentivize and reward your team as well. It's so much fun. And then your last one, make it count. Guys, doing all this work and then not seeing the reward, not closing, make it count. Use the tools that exist and you will reap the rewards that you put in. Okay. Now bringing it all together. Okay. This is key. Like I said, you know, I like to do a little action at the end of this. Okay. What I want you to do after this call, okay, I want you to get your sales guide from the DMK that we've shared the code. Okay. Revisit your why. I think it's the first page on the sales guide. Why are you doing this business? Revisit that. Remind yourself. Do that exercise with your team. Go visit the Empowered You website, guys. Do you know what the Empowered You website is? You can find out what your strengths are. You can get free courses. There is so much content that available to you to become a better leader. Okay, so just pick one tool off the Empowered You website and implement it. Okay, do one business coaching course, guys. Course. How many of you know how many courses are available online for free? Anybody know? You can share in the chats. I'll tell you. 10 courses available for you to be able to do for free, from business training to even product specific calls like MetaPower or ProBiome. With that new kit that's come out with the supplements, go educate yourself on these things. These are free courses. There's no excuse to say, well, I don't really know much about the oils. And then go and book 2 lifestyle overviews or wellness consults, however you want to call them. Go book 2 today, after this call. Go into your follow-up list and book 2. And the reason I say 2 is one of them is with the new potential. But that second one, book a lifestyle overview with somebody who is already ordering oils, maybe every so often, that you know needs to go on LRP. Educate them about the LRP program. Get them onto LRP so that you can start getting that bonus with the power of 3 structure. Okay. And I want to tell you this one thing. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Don't be fearful. Just take that first step. Okay. You guys are not here to just build a business. Okay. Here to serve, to offer hope, to share healing, one drop at a time. Africa, it is our time. We have just scratched the surface of what is available in this market. Now, you've got the people. You have what the people need. We have the products. You have the words. You have the guide now that's going to make it so much easier. It's now time to show up consistently and confidently. And let's light up Africa, guys. Let's make Africa the hub of natural solutions, making it fun, connecting with people one drop at a time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shannon. That was really great. And Tshidi and everybody that shared. Good evening, everybody. My name is Martie Kruger, for those of you who don't know me. And it is a privilege to be able to share with you something that is actually very near and dear to my heart. So yeah, it was really awesome to hear all the amazing tips. I hope you took notes, because I did for sure. Can't wait. Shannon, I want to put my name up for that Yarrow Palm. So if we are looking at building this incredible business, now I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I joined doTERRA almost 6 years ago, and I joined for the business. I was looking for a way to provide for my family. And what is wonderful about this business is that the passion brought me to my purpose. My passion is helping people. And the wonderful thing about this incredible business is that we get to bridge the gap and then help people discover this. Now, I want to quickly know in the chat box, you're going to use the chat box quickly. If you are on this call and you joined doTERRA because of, number one, you love the products or you had a health concern, please put a 1 in the chat box. And if you joined doTERRA because, like myself, you were looking for a business, put a 2. And if you're on this call and you're not yet joined doTERRA, you need to put a 3 on there. So I just want to see 1, 2s. There's a couple of 2s. There's a lot of 1s. So first of all, a lot of people joined this business for different reasons, right? Many of us joined for the business, for the products, and it doesn't really matter which one of those is the one that brought you together, but this incredible business that we've got, building a community, we found incredible value. And what we get to do is we get to share this with the people around us. And so what I want to quickly have a look at is, what does it take to build a business with doTERRA? Now, number one, you need a lot of customers. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of people out there that love these products, that joined because of the products, and that is still going to join the business. But what you've also heard tonight is, in order to build a sustainable business, what is it that we need? We need business partners. And I want to tell you something. Your next business partner is probably already a part of your community. It's somebody who's been using these products, loving them, and sharing them with the people around them. And the only thing that they are waiting for is an invitation from you. An invitation from me to tell them, have a look at what it is that we are doing. So how do I start this conversation when I am talking to somebody about the business opportunity? So number one, I will sit down and I will share this with them, either in a class or a one-on-one, and I share with them the 3 types of people that we find in doTERRA. I always start it this way. I say the number one is we have customers. Customers who love our product and they are using it for themselves and their family to improve their health. They're on this health journey. We love our customers. Then the second person is a wellness advocate. This is somebody like me and many of you on this call that is educating, sharing, transforming lives and helping people on this health journey. And we are selling essential oils. This is my business. And some of us do this full-time and some do it part-time. But then there's a third person, and this is a sharer. A sharer is somebody who loves the product already, they're using it, and they're telling everybody around them. You just heard what Shannon says. We are all selling, right? But we are sharing this. And as a sharer, you can either get some of your oils for free or maybe even all your oils. And you can decide if you want to create an income with this and have an extra income. Now, this is not pushy, this is not salesy. And then I ask them, where do you see yourself right now? I want them to make that decision for themselves. I want them to see that this is an open invitation, that they don't have to just stay where they are at. They don't have to stay in just one box, right? There's opportunity to grow. And it's always about making sure that they are able to share. I encourage my customers. I say, share your experience, share when you get free oils, or share with the community when you have a great experience, because that is where belief is built. Because you and I have the opportunity to take somebody who's already in our business and help them share this incredible journey with us. Now, if we are having this conversation with them, many times, this is what they say, and we've heard what Shannon says, which is really great as well. I tell them, okay, let's have a look at the business. What is one of the first things that they'll tell you? I can't sell anything. Who of you have said that? And I normally say, great, you don't have to be able to sell. As a matter of fact, the only thing that we have to do is share your experience and share your story. That's it. It's not about selling. It is really about that. And I help them look at the objections that they've got. And I make sure that I bust them, because many times these objections that they have, it's very scary starting something new, especially when it's a business. And sometimes these objections, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't sell. It's actually just all of these things that's actually helping them, the fear of objection or the fear of not being approved by people, the fear of failing. And instead of them taking that step, the fear of the unknown is keeping them stuck. So I make sure that I tell them, this is going to be on your terms. There's no agenda. You don't have to do it like anybody else. The only thing that you have to do is share your story, and there's no specific quotas or how many sales you need. The only target that you're going to have is the ones that you put for yourself. doTERRA doesn't expect you to do these amounts of sales. Your upline doesn't do that. It's you. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything about the oils or everything about the compensation plan. You learn as you go. I am still learning. Who is still learning? If you're still learning, put it in the chat box. I'm still learning every single day, new things. And many times, the thing that is holding our customers back, think about yourself. What was holding you back? Was it the fact that maybe you didn't believe that you are able to do this? So I want to tell my customers, and I want us to tell our customers, you are doing this business for yourself, but you are not by yourself. You have a whole community that you can tap into. And we are here to help you to grow into this incredible business. And if you want to run, I'm going to run with you. But if you want to walk, I'll walk with you. And that is the most incredible thing that we get to do. So if we are looking at the next slide, which is taking a little bit of time, I wanted to share with you a couple of incredible women that journey of how they got started with doTERRA is not maybe how you think it is. And the first one I want to introduce you to is my beautiful friend Manger, who's on the call. Hi, Manger. And Manger is a customer who I met at an event last year. And she was in a lot of discomfort, and I put our amazing deep blue wrap on her. And I just wanted her to experience that. The next day she came back, she had such a wonderful evening, and she bought her kit of oils. Now, a couple months later, she kept on ordering a couple of products. And when February with the Meta Power Advantage, when they had the deal kit, she bought that. Now, every time that Manger and I was talking, we had a conversation. I reminded her about the loyalty. And the next time when we chat, she asked me, she said, Martie, what does it look like to build a business with doTERRA? And I started to laugh, and I said, well, you've been doing that already, because she was already sending referrals. And I shared with her what I shared with you. I asked her those 3 questions, and I explained that you're getting started. You can do it at your own pace. Let's do 50 PV LRPs. And the month that you do enrollment, you have to do 100 PV in order to earn commission. So we booked her first class. Her objection, I cannot sell anything. Remember what I said? Great. You don't have to sell. You're going to share your story. So I got in my car, went to her in rates. And did you see that on the screen? In her first month, 7 enrollments later. And she continues to share, and she continues to show up. So follow up and invite your customers into a conversation. Show them what this business can mean for them. Have that follow-up conversation. Don't be scared to share this. The next person I want to highlight for you is Dr. Hannah. Now, you did see her on the first couple of slides. Yes, she came in 4th in Diamond Club. Now, Hannah had an experience with doTERRA many years ago somewhere in the US. And when she was in Botswana, one of her friends were using doTERRA. And when she saw that, she signed up and started to use the product. She had no intention of building doTERRA as a business, no. And then she came to the South Africa convention. And while she was there with our community, with the bigger family of doTERRA, seeing the heart, she caught the vision. And she said, I am going to take doTERRA home. I'm going to bring them to my clients. She didn't want to share it with her clients. She went back, enrolled in Silver Club, did that, qualified for leadership, qualified for the Mauritius incentive trip. Last month, hit the rank of Premier, plus got her 2nd Power of 3 and her boost, and also came 4th in Diamond Club. Isn't that incredible? Invite your clients to calls like these, to events, because that is where they can catch the fire and the vision of what is possible. Now, of course, the next one, most of you on this call should know. And this is my wonderful, amazing powerhouse of a woman, Janette. So Janette was given, yes, given a aroma touch kit. And she had it for like weeks by a mutual friend of us. And I kept on having to ask and say, can I come and show you these oils? Eventually, after weeks, I sat down with her and she had an experience with the oils. And she said, okay, I'm going to try these oils, but I'm not going to sell them. If they work for me, I'll use them. It worked, of course. She enrolled. That same day that she enrolled her daughter, because that's what she does, right? She is a mom, a grandma, she's a business owner, and she can't help but share the things that work for her. And one day we sat down looking at her back office and she said, what is this 2,800 Rand here? I said, that's your commission. And she was like, what? And of course, she started to share with intention. She is a top enroller. Most of you will see her name always on the list. She has won incentive trips. She continues to shine. She is a gold, a founder in South Africa. And keep your eyes open. One of these days, she's going to be a diamond. Do not look at somebody that started shallow and think they'll never be a builder. You don't know where your builder is coming from. The next one, many of you will know. And this is our beloved Dom. Dominique is the very first South African diamond, as well as South African-based country founder. Now, Dominique's story I absolutely love. She was given oil. She bought oil through her sister-in-law, used them on her son Griffin, didn't use them on herself at all, was on loyalty for a whole year with buying just the lip balm. Somehow changed an order and a double big order went off her account. Phoned her sister-in-law and said, this is a scam. I'm canceling this. This company steals my money. 4 years later, she went to the convention 2018 in the US. And while she sat there, she got the vision. And she said, I'm going to bring doTERRA to South Africa. I'm going to share this with people. Who knows? You might have the next diamond founder in your team. The only thing that they are waiting for is for you and me to actually invite them. Who of you would love to be the next diamond? What about having the next diamond in your team? Now, I got to spend time with all of these incredible leaders, and many of them are in your teams at our incentive trip. And when I sat down with them, and I've heard some of their stories before, Nicola, Shannon, Helia, all of them, Lizanne, it's incredible to hear their stories and to understand that they got started for many different reasons. Some of them didn't even like the oils. They didn't even have any intention of building a business with doTERRA. But somebody asked, somebody followed up, somebody continued to show with love and show them what is possible. And we should remember, as much as we are solution providers with these oils, because that's what we are solution providers for people who desperately need to be a part of a community and a business like this and build an income with something that we do. Now, I have a challenge for you for this week as well. I want you to think about the person, the 1 or 2 or 3 people whose names came up. And I want you to write that down and send an invite and say, I'd love to just share with you. Do you wonder what it is that I do? Can I share with you how I'm building a doTERRA business? Share a testimonial, a story of somebody, a business story. If you haven't maybe achieved what you've wanted to in your doTERRA business, use someone else's story. You don't have to, but share your vision of what it is that you are creating. Now, something that I've realized so much while I'm doing this business, and I'm coming from this space because this is where I was at. I was at a place of hopelessness, of having no hope. People have stopped dreaming. They've had stopped dreaming to believe that a life can be amazing, full of passion and purpose. Maybe it's you. Maybe you have stopped dreaming of what is possible and what you can achieve. So I want to challenge you today. I want to say, dream big. Go and discover your why. Go and look at all these points that you've received, but go and dream big, dream bold, and go and find people who, like you, are ready to dream big. And let's take doTERRA and put an oil in every single household and change lives, because that is what you and I get to do. So thank you, everybody, for the time that I got to share. It was such a privilege. Thanks, everyone.
And thank you, everyone. Martie, thank you so much for your beautiful message. Shannon as well. Thank you. Tshidi, all three of you, thank you so much for sharing, and for every single one of you hitting on the doTERRA culture and how we want to do things right. We want to watch this market continue to grow, and that only grows by the growth of each of your individual teams. And we hope that a lot of the things that we've been able to share today will help not only inspire you, but will help you inspire others. We really do believe in our message and what we're offering. For those of you who are thinking, giving this a try, we highly encourage you. Talk it through. Talk it through. There's an amazing opportunity here to bless lives and to share a product that you love and be able to generate a amazing income that will give you the opportunity, as Martie said there, to dream. That is bringing us to the end of our webinar here. We want to thank everyone for being on with us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. In final closing, I want to give a sneak peek to everyone who's on this call. We will be giving more information on this on our beginning of the month call that we do here in July 1st. But we had an amazing incentive trip last year that was in Mauritius. And we talked to a lot of our individuals who were on that trip, and we asked, where do you want to go? And most of them said, you know what? We want our teams. We want more people in our teams to experience the amazing time that we've had. Let's come back here. We are sorting out some things still with our few resorts that we are going to finalize, but we are for sure going back to Mauritius for 2026. And this will be something that all of you can be able to work on. And most importantly, it's something that you've been working on now. So qualification for this began June 1st. You weren't aware. So you will be seeing how the points and everything will be accumulated, but you'll be getting credit for the work done in June on our new structure that will be focused on those who hit Power of 3. There will be new bonuses for that. We have added points for LRP retention, and then as well as we've made a few other increases in other areas to be able to help. But we are really excited for what we are going to offer for Mauritius 2026. So mark that down if this is a goal of yours. We will have more details on our beginning of the month, July 1st call. So we want to thank everyone for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you, right? We are excited about the future of doTERRA throughout Southern Africa and throughout the world. Cheers to everyone. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining. Bye.